Okay, I'm going to take a quick look at NT, Nortel Networks. This is a stock that's been on my watch list for a while now, but I'm starting to hear a little bit of buzz about it. A couple different things to remember about NT. From a fundamental standpoint, it has about 450 million shares in the float, and it's about 10% short right now. So the hope of a short squeeze is always something that you kind of hold a little hope for, but you can't hold your breath too much because there's a lot of other stocks out there that have a share short ratio that's just as great or greater. So it's something to keep in the back of your mind because it's a New York Stock Exchange stock, but you can't make the play based on that. A couple things real quick we'll take a look at is a trend line coming down. Going to be somewhere right around in there. One thing I like about that is a distance between the 50-day and the trend line is still, there's about 100% gain there in between those two. And I like that. So if it pops through it, and it's going to make the run up, fill this gap, hit the 50-day, you can pull some pretty substantial gains out of that if it decides to make the move. It does have another gap down from up here on top of this one here. So two gaps down, I usually start paying attention to it. Sometimes we refer to a magic third gap because a lot of times you'll see a stock make the third gap and then curl hard and make a run back up, try and start filling some of the gaps or at least get a pretty substantial bounce. The RSI, there's nothing special going on there particularly. Look for it to try and hold above 30. See if we can get this shorty, the 5, to maybe start to make a turn back up and get some kind of little trend going on. But we'd like to see it stay above 30. A couple of the basic things that we look for. The MACD has the upward trend heading towards the money line. We've got the full stow bottomed again, starting to make a bounce upward. Of course, one of our favorites is the pinch. Pinch has been going on and carrying on for a while now, and we're starting to see the PPO trending upward a little bit. Another good thing. Nothing special really going on here with the MFI or the AD. Hopefully, if the move starts to happen, these things will start heading back north and we'll be okay. You can see, there's a slight indication maybe if you want to really reach for some things that the longer term MFI, the 21, is actually turning right now, and the 14 is coming through it. But we have the 7 coming down pretty hard. That cross isn't great, but the 7 can, you can see it can fluctuate pretty quickly. So I'd like to see that whole thing start to turn back up. One thing I do like about Nortel is it's going to be a little bit difficult to tell from this because it's such a short area. But it has a little rounded base, you might want to call it, right there going on off of the low of 0.208 coming back up, and now it's rounding a little bit, and a lot of times that little rounded area can be indicative of a better move coming. You'll see it with big charts where you have a big rounded bottom, double and triple bottoms, and the significance of them. This is just a really small example of it where sometimes it's like it's gaining a little bit of steam and gonna head up and make a run at it. I think if you take a look at this is a 10-day, 15-minute, you're going to see that there's pretty heavy resistance right in there at 29. And then again, you'll see that there's pretty good support right in here at 26. Now it's gone in and out of it a couple different times, above and below, but for the most part, it's channeling pretty hard in between those two. You're not getting anything special from these limited indicators anyways on this 15-minute chart, other than hoping that the ADX is the positive and negative DI are about both exhausted and hopefully going to make a turn and start. One of them's going to make a turn and make a run for it. So we're looking for the break of 29 through there on the 15. You do have those shorter moving averages, 100 and 200, breaking through the 300, but there's not really that much indication of a big curl coming. Just one more thing that you're looking for if this is going to start to break. And indeed, if it breaks, those will start hooking a lot harder. So there's a couple nice things about it. One being the separation between those two, but still following the trend. So there's a good chance that some money can be made if this thing is going to make the break. And on the bad down day that the Dow had today, it's still held in there pretty tight. So it's something to keep on watching and be used as a lesson as far as bases go and making a move. And if it doesn't make this move right now, I'd be willing to bet that this is something that if it fails and it drops down again and makes a new lower low below 20, it's something that's going to move up on my priority list pretty hard, and we'll see where it goes from there. Anyway, there's a little bit of buzz about NT going around, and there's my thoughts on it.